Welcome back, family. Welcome back, all of the Watchmen doing the work of decoding the heavens. This message is for you. We have a great sign that's coming up here, and we are going back to this asteroid Esther, and we're looking back even further to decode this language. And what we're looking at here on Stellarium is the asteroid Esther on 10/28/2016. I believe this is our sign in the heavens of Jupiter being in the womb of Virgo. And this is when Jupiter enters into the womb of Virgo. Let's go ahead and run this backwards, and you can see how Jupiter aligns with the moon, and asteroid Esther is right there. We also have in this sign the Sun and Mercury in the constellation of Virgo, and we're just going to focus on this Esther asteroid for now. There's a lot more details here, but I have to break these down and try to make them a little shorter so they're easier for people to watch. Here we go. So Esther is showing up for our Revelation 12 sign. And this is when Jupiter enters the womb of Virgo. And we have this Esther asteroid right here at this sign. And what we're going to do is we're going to run forward. Let's focus in on Esther, and let's go ahead and roll through month by month. And I want you to notice something. Right before right before we have the signs for the equinox, we have Esther and the moon again in the constellation when I believe it is let's see, it's 316. We have the moon and Esther and Jupiter. So the moon is the bride, Jupiter is the king, and Esther is another bridal sign, because again Esther is Hadassah in the story of Hadassah and Ahasuerus in the Persian Empire. And if you've gone back and read the book of Esther and you understand that entire storyline, then this plays a big role in pointing to Jupiter being in the womb of Virgo for the Revelation 12 sign. So if we run this forward to the Revelation 12 sign, and we have another very interesting sign showing up. We have Esther and the moon directly aligning for the Revelation 12 sign. This is the Revelation 12 sign, and wouldn't you know it, Esther aligns with the moon during this sign. So we have a very interesting alignment here. Then we're going to go to 2023, and we're going to go back to I believe it's let's scroll in here and let's look at, again, for those of you who've seen my last video where we're looking at Esther and Juno inside of the womb of Virgo. Now what we're looking at is Esther and Juno aligning with the bands of the fish, essentially at midnight. We can get a little closer in time, but it's right there before midnight. We have Esther and Juno aligning with the northern and southern fish in the constellation of Pisces. And I noticed another amazing sign at this time, and I believe this is a message to all of the Watchmen in the house. And remember, the house or the constellation of Pisces is fish on bands. And we know that in the biblical tale, Christ is like a fisherman. And we know that the number 153 is an encoded message for our master being a fish, bringing in the entire catch. It's not going to be half of a catch or a quarter of a catch. This is going to be the full catch. And at this time, when we see Esther and Juno aligned with the northern and southern fish, we also see Venus and Jupiter aligned with the southern fish. And Venus is right over the band of the southern fish. And Venus can also be seen as a bride sign, and Jupiter, we know, is the king. And if we go back to that 2017 Revelation 12 sign, we know that Jupiter was in the womb of Virgo with Esther. So we see that we're looking at an extension of that storyline. So if we get in a little closer and we look at this Jupiter alignment, if you were not watching my video series Escape of the Bride, if you're new to the channel, then I suggest that you go back and watch the entire series of Escape of the Bride, because as I'm showing right here, Vesta is always a part of these signs. And Vesta aligning with Jupiter here in the Pisces constellation, Vesta is always going to be assigned to the Virgins. And we know that that is associated with the constellation of Virgo. And so what we're getting is a message here where Esther is aligning with the northern fish and Juno is aligning with the southern fish. And so I just wanted to look a little deeper, and wouldn't you know it, what I found is a great and marvelous sign in the heavens. This I have not ever seen before. These are 73P, and there are a bunch of different Watchmen. Now this is Walkman, but to me this is the alignment of the Watchmen. And I've never seen them align in such a fashion. This is very special in the house of Pisces. At the exact time, they just disappeared because they're not being pulled up, and if I pulled them up, then I would lose Esther and Juno, and it's important for this work to focus on this Esther asteroid. But for this sign, we have an alignment of the Watchmen here in the constellation of Pisces at this exact time, and this happens directly before the equinox sign that I found in 2023 on the 16th, 17th. And I also found those exact signs 7 years before that. They weren't exactly the same, but it was the same language. It was showing us marriage and child and language, bridal language. And that's what I have been tracking, is the escape of the bride. And so what I'm looking for is bride language in the heavens, marriage language in the heavens, and that is also associated with birth and children. And I keep seeing all of this language that is tied to this. And so that's what we've been working on, is decoding this this language, and we see a great and mighty sign in the heavens for this day. And again, we see Esther and Juno aligning with the southern and northern fish. And we know that uh, Esther and Juno just showed up into the womb of Virgo in this time. And so we're taking a look back, and we're seeing how this alignment gives us more details on what the storyline is projecting to us. And we know that on the equinox we had a bunch of signs in 2023. So I wanted to go all the way back and look at what Esther was showing us. And so we see how Esther was involved in Revelation 12 sign, and then we see how Esther moving forward right before my equinox signs is showing us another great and mighty sign in the heavens. And this one was directed at the Watchmen, because on this day the Watchman sign shows up in the heavens in the Pisces constellation. And this is for the entire house of what we consider Israel. And all believers in Messiah are grafted, whether you are an Israeli by blood or whether you are an Israeli by grafting. You are part of this house. And we also have Judah, and we also have the outside branch that is grafted. And so there are many within this Pisces constellation that can be associated with these two fish. And again, our master is a fisherman, and he's going to bring in the entire catch, because if we take a deeper look at this fish going back to Aquarius, and this fish going back to Cepheus and Cassiopeia, then we will understand that no matter which direction we go, our master is there to catch us. And we have a lot of strong language that is associated with this sign. And I believe that this Watchman message is going out to the entire house. We can see that the moon is in Virgo for this sign. And again, the bride is in the bride sign or bridal house of Virgo. And these signs just kept screaming at me, because this Esther asteroid is our escape sign. If you've watched my last video, 622 Strongs is associated with strong harvest language. And so we can take a look again at the Revelation 12 sign, and we can pull up Esther again, and we can see how Esther and Venus for that Revelation 12 sign are together. I'm sorry, it's not the Revelation 12 sign. It is the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign in 2023. We have Esther and Venus aligning, and Esther just keeps showing up because now in our time for the Revelation 12 anniversary, we have Esther in the womb of Virgo. And this just cannot be by accident. These things are being shown to us in the heavens, and we need to look up. We need to be able to understand what's being shown to us. This is a watchman's message, because the job of a watchman was to look up or to look out, whether you were a line of the priestly mazzaroth watchman, which means your job was to go out and view the stars, or you were a watchman on the wall, which was for protection of the people. You were doing a job for the king, and this is a royal position. And those of you out there doing this work of looking into the heavens to decipher the signs, this sign is for you, and we need to be looking up every day, because the language is becoming more and more pressing. So keep your head looking up into the heavens, or looking into the videos that are out there by the watchmen who are doing this type of work. There are many of you out there. We're not going to go into naming names. We all know who is doing this work, and regardless of their individual ideas of how these things are deciphered, this message is to you, because we all have a different idea of how these things work, but we are the ones looking up into the heavens to attempt to bring this work to the people. So this, to me, is the most pressing time of all of our lives. It is all coming down to the wire, and this is a message to the watchmen to drop everything at this time, because essentially the trumpets are blasting, and we are getting some amazing signs in the heavens that I've never seen. I've been doing this work for a very, very long time, and I have never seen so many amazing signs all coming together. And I've been focused on this Esther asteroid because I believe that the book of Esther is being shown to us in the heavens, and I believe it is an encoded message that is associated with the escape of the bride. So we're going to get back to that series here really soon, but I'm trying to catch up on some of the things that have been shown to me that are associated with this Shinchan Atlas comet. It's really important for us to find out more details about why this comet is making the path that it's making, and it is associated with the womb of Virgo. So to see this Esther asteroid back in the womb of Virgo, when we know that she was there during the time that she was in this constellation, during the time that the Jupiter Revelation 12 sign was going on. So this is strong language, and we need to be able to take the time to continue to hunt these signs. There are other watchmen out there doing some different work and looking at a variety of different things, and it all is coming into play. So if you're out there and you like the work that we're doing, please help support all of the brothers and sisters that are doing this type of work, because it's very hard for us to take our time to get into doing this type of hunting. And I have been interrupted 3 times today. One of them, I was 26 minutes into the video, and I don't have editing software for me to paste these things together that I create. If it doesn't come out right and I'm not happy with it, I have to redo the videos. So for those of you out there who do have the ability to do editing, and you have these tools, you can take any part of my work and you can go further with it with your own studies, and I pray that as many watchmen as possible will get this message and continue to hunt these signs in more detail. So thanks for coming today. We're going to cut it here. We're going to try to keep these videos under 30 minutes and get out as many as we can. I have more signs with Juno and Nebauska, and we have more signs with the Virgin stars. And so we're going to get to that in our next video. We have a bunch of other asteroids and comets that are involved in these signs, and I keep finding more, and I want to be able to make these as short as possible and get to as much information as we can with these signs. So we will be back soon, and we will be hunting more signs in the mazzaroth. Thanks for coming, family, and we hope to see you again very soon. And if not here, we are very close to our escape signs, and so that means we are very close to some things happening here on the planet that are giving us a time to be very pressed